I heard that Salterai was once the home of the god of Salt's people.
According to legend, the people of the god of Salt, but this legend has been around for ages.
Oh, good. That's just great. If I knew it was picked...
About that, I know there's a ruin. However, the ruin entrance I found a mechanism that seemed to... So at the moment, the seal's origin and how to break it are... I don't know. There's no concrete evidence. The god of Salt was a benevolent god, so the one who wants to hide some...
Who cares about all that? It sounds like countless treasure.
You weren't listening at all, were you? Even if...
but we have the illustrious Mr. Zhongli with us.
This seal seems to be quite ancient.
I may know something about it.
What?
Over the years, I've heard various rumors. Let's go take a look at the mechanism.
Okay, since Mr. Zhongli says so. Here it is. There's some debris scattered here that, when put together, look like they definitely had to do with the god of Salt. According to the inscription on the side, if one looks from a certain angle, the secret to the mechanism will be revealed. See that? Although we activated the mechanism, nothing happened to the seal.
That's because there's actually another mechanism that must be activated.
Another?
Let me lead the way from here.
This place seems familiar. Huh, when I investigated the seal last time, but when we lit up all the elemental monuments?
That's because you don't just need... The secret to this puzzle is hidden in the... Tianheng in the south, Yaoguang in the east, Jueyun in the west, Qingce in the north. All desolate and devoid of life. Liyue is vast, yet even one haven is hard to find.
To the north, to the east. Do the people of Liyue always...
I think I've heard...
Certainly you have. And the contents to provide a haven for her people, whose lives had been, at that time, with the cave and that haven she have...
How sad then.
Okay, enough.
Tianheng in the south, Yaoguang in the east, Jueyun in the west, Qingce in the north. With this clue, you should be able to solve...
Don't waste my time. Look! The seal really was broken! Mr. Zhongli is indeed quite remarkable.
It was nothing, really. Now, it's time that people learn the hidden truth lost to time. Before entering the ruin, I have a proposal that will help us prevent the kind of senseless arguing
Okay. What is it?
I propose you to agree upon a contract, stipulating that we alternate who gets claim to each. To show my sincerity,
I don't agree. I mean, you want me to split the treasure with this amateur?
I don't agree either.
well then, if the contract is not agreed upon, you will have to rely on your own experience to find whatever treasures are hidden in this.
You have the audacity to demand this. Okay then.
If you want me to agree, if we discovered...
I can accept it. Well then.
Are these... statues?
No. These are people.
Duh.
They were probably followers of the god of salt.
How did they become this way?
What in the world is hidden deep in this ruin? It's no...
Rise! Rise!
Look at this! It's filled...
Just looks like a fancy salt holder.
According to my knowledge, it's no ordinary vessel. Although it is only half full, it is also...
What? You're saying that even if I pour the salt out, the amount inside won't...
Exactly.
able to produce endless salt.
Finally, after all that effort, I've found I just need to pour the endless salt into 1,000 or 10,000.
Hey! How can...
If Mr. Clement wants this salt challenge...
Of course, as we agreed.
Since we have a contract, it's no...
Then let's move on, shall we?
Reveal thyself! Get them!
Just a simple ruler. It doesn't look...
This, if I remember correctly...
Indeed. But the god of salt imbued. When you stick this ruler in the ground, the surrounding area will become covered in salt. Much like the deeper it is stuck in the ground, the more salt will appear.
What? That's even better than the salt chalice!
Well then, according to our contract, the salt ruler...
No, unacceptable. I paid for and organized this entire expedition. Why should I get the short? And this girl has been useless! Why would...
So you are saying you want to break the...
So what if I break it? Now that I've seen how the mechanisms in this ruin work, I no longer need... Let's not forget who hired who here. Why should I let...
Because you agreed to a... Rex Lapis once said, ones who break their contracts shall suffer...
That is one of your Liyue gods. I am from Snezhnaya. I...
will suffer the wrath of the rock. You may find it rather unpleasant.
Don't waste my time.
As you wish, Maidfoil.
Oh, goodness gracious. Nice and spicy.
Quake! This is order.
It's nothing.
Can't run from death.
I shall confiscate your treasure as well. You are not worthy to continue any further into the...
Oh, darn you! Just you wait.
Clement's wrongdoing stemmed from greed, yes. When people see the object of their dreams, I think we should be honest. That in truth...
Why do you say that?
Miss, you lack even the most basic archaeological knowledge, and can recognize naught but a few simple relics. However, you aren't interested in archaeology or relics. I believe those legends about the god of salt that you mentioned...
Okay, that's enough. Sir, you are indeed a man of great knowledge and talents. I seem to have... You're right. I'm not a scholar of archaeology. I come from one of the 8 trades under the jurisdiction of the Qixing. Yinyu and our ancestors were those protected by the god of salt all those years ago, when the Archon War engulfed the land in chaos. During the war, Morax assassinated our god out of envy for her power. We hate him! But this is more, so I seek proof of Morax. We agreed to a contract that we will face the truth head on, didn't we, Mr. Zhongli?
Naturally, of course. But I must come with me. All the...
Out of the frying pan, into the fire!
Rise!
Shadow Raven, let night fall! Booba, get them!
Give up! Your life is mine!
Order guide you!
Let the show begin!
It's not...
Quake! Crumble!
This is a sword? Aha! It's a broken sword! This is proof! This proves that the god of salt had to fight back. Fight back against the power of this sword surely is much greater than that of the salt chalice and salt room. If we can repair the sword, then we can show the world the mighty power.
2 pieces of a broken sword. From an archaeological perspective, these are 2
Why? We were alternating claims to treasure, true. But Clement...
Yes, but the only one object per claim clause still holds true. You...
This logic!
When there's a contract, nothing can be allowed to slide. If the contract...
No! If I only take 1/2, then it can't be repaired. And the power of the god... No matter what, I must be faithful, even if it breaks the contract. I don't...
So you are already decided? That is to say, you consign your...
That's okay. The god of salt gave up her life to protect her. Punish me however you want.
Perhaps that punishment would be easier for... As punishment, I will tell you the truth.
Huh? The truth?
Yes. The truth that I am about to tell you. I'm afraid to say that the god of salt, Havria, was not the powerful god you imagine her to be. Rather, she was a small and weak god who yielded to all other gods. When it came to war, she lost, never able to win a seat among the 7.
What?
During the Archon War, the gods of this world used all their strength and cunning to but Havria instead chose to flee. She thought that by giving up before a fight could start, she could save herself and her people from the war. However, during such a long war, there is no... After making countless concessions, Havria lost all of her lands.
No. No!
In her last days, she had not even a single blade to defend her people with.
Not even a single blade?
This sword is not a relic belonging to the god of salt, but is instead the murder weapon used to kill her.
Murder weapon? No! That's not true! That can't be true! You're trying to test my faith in the god of salt.
As I said before, I only state the facts.
Preposterous! You are a follower of Morax! Don't try to trick...
Indeed. Otherwise, why would I use the truth as punishment? I did not want to tell her such cruel facts. But the contract was broken. Let's follow her deeper into the ruin. There, I fear, we will find something that... Salt and betrayal.
these? What did they see? What?
Since you do not trust me, let us continue onward. That which lies beyond this door will show you all that. This is the scene of the crime. Havria's body dissipated, leaving nothing but these traces of salt. Her dying moments have since been frozen in time. The story continues that some among her people realized at last that the Archon War was cruel in the extreme. Instead of consigning her to the agony of defeat, they thought, perhaps no matter how weak the god, the power that flows forth when they are slain is beyond the strength of those who could not flee. Were those of her people who were untouched by this disaster left for Liyue, where they sought refuge with their descendants feared Havria's remnants, so they risked their lives to come here, to break the sword and offer up, but they need not have done so. For how could a god...
This must be a lie. A false history, all of it! Don't you dare try to shake my faith!
This is the price she must pay. Yet, judging by how she appeared, I fear that she will struggle for a time. Indeed. In ages past, Havria's story served faith in a god who has already passed will do you no good. So it is for Havria. And so it is for Morax also. All right then. Now... treading old ground, one cannot help but be reminded of old...